Yo, everybody, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Heartslayers. You are here with the Heartslayers. I am Derrick Acosta.
And I'm Meg Turner.
And today we're going to be taking phone calls and answering emails and solving all of your relationship problems. I have so much more to say, but I'm going to skip it. Let's get the show started. All right, everybody, we are here on the phone with Ted Squire. Ted Squire, you are talking to Derrick and Meg, the Heartslayers. What's up?
Yo, what's up, guys? So, here's the deal with my situation. Been dating this girl for about 5 years. I guess, well, now technically we're engaged. We got engaged in Japan. It was pretty cool. It was a whole thing.
Nice.
My big question is, so me and her are kind of at two different levels career-wise. My career's kind of taken off a little bit quicker than hers. And she's kind of I can see that she's getting discouraged by that. She's kind of getting depressed that, like, she's not really going anywhere with her job. And I keep trying to encourage her to branch out, like, try to, like, network and stuff. So I guess my question is how do you, like, what's a good way to motivate, like, a significant other to do better in their life?
Oh, how do you motivate a significant other? Can I ask what fields the two of you are in? What kind of jobs you have?
Sure. So I'm in, like, technology, I guess you could say. I do, like, a lot of virtual reality / audiovisual stuff. She currently is in banking. She was an art major with me. We both went to the same school. But she hasn't really had a lot of luck with the art fields. And I keep telling her, like, you know, you got to keep drawing and all that. But I don't know. She's just, like I said, she's kind of discouraged at the moment.
So in terms of her career, is it the art that's not taking off, or is the banking stalled, or both?
It's kind of both, honestly. And I think that's why she's kind of feeling down. Because, I mean, I've had like a lot of crazy career changes in the span that we've been dating. Like, went from, like, being, like, a part-time editor to full-time AV tech to now like virtual reality installs. And she's just kind of been at the same level at her banking job this entire time.
Does she enjoy her job?
It's one of those situations where she enjoys the people she's around, but the actual job, not really.
That's what I figured. I mean, I can't imagine an artist going into a banking job and enjoying it, really.
Unless you love money.
Yeah.
You know, you can have more than one love.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead.
No, were you going to add more?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, she's even, like, within the company, she's reached out for, like, graphic design jobs internally, and she keeps getting turned down. And she actually found out the other day the reason why she keeps getting turned down is because the company that she works, apparently they sign you a level depending on, like, where you've been. And they're like, oh, well, that's a level 8 job, and, like, you're level 2. Uh-huh. And I'm like, levels? Like, this ain't Skyrim. What the fuck is that?
Dang, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Gotta level up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's an interesting question. How do you motivate your partner? And I feel like it's kind of careers and business oftentimes don't mix with relationships.
Yeah.
I think the best you can do is just be supportive.
Right.
And really, you know,
encouraging.
Yeah, just like celebrate their victories and not expect too much, because it's kind of their own journey, you know, like being in a career is, you can't take your boyfriend or your girlfriend with you, or your fiance, unless you guys work together or share a field and you're collaborating on a project. I think the worst thing you can do is have somebody who has expectations of you and says, like, you know, I thought you'd be more successful. Like, why aren't you making more money? But
yeah, exactly. And I mean, I feel like I have been pretty supportive. I try not to do that. I mean, that's awful. I try to be supportive, but at the same time, you know, firm at the same time. 'Cause, like, she's the kind of person that, like, if you just are like if you just coddle her, she's not really gonna do anything, and she's even admitted that to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes it kind of sucks because like even the other night I was just like, hey, uh, like if you're serious about this, like you gotta like get your shit together and like just do something about it. Like it sounds shitty, but like yeah, I don't know.
Well, I definitely wouldn't phrase it like you need to get your shit
Well,
together.
no, no, no.
Like that could be
Right.
taken multiple
Is that what you said
ways.
to her? You got to get your shit together?
No, but I was just like I was like you need to do something. I'm like you're not really doing anything. Like I was just trying to be honest with her basically.
Okay. Well,
Do you make enough money to? You said that your career's taking off and you're being successful. Does she need to be a banker at this point?
So, I'm like not that successful. Like
Okay.
definitely still needs to be working, but I have thought about that and it isn't out of the question. I just need to advance a little bit further, I think, and then maybe something like that would be possible.
Let me ask you this, Ted Squire. Do you have any creative projects that are just side projects outside of virtual reality? Are you working on anything outside of your job creatively?
Absolutely. I have a YouTube channel, actually. Minimalist Warhammer
Okay.
painting tutorials.
Nice.
So yeah, me and my buddy, we get together, we shoot all that stuff. I'm usually in charge of editing it, and yeah. So,
Is there any sort of like project or thing you could collaborate on with your fiance?
yeah, actually, she told me the other day after we had our talk that she ordered a Samsung tablet like pen, and I think she might be doing like an art blog soon.
Okay.
So
Well, there you go.
yeah, and like
yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
yeah, and you could still encourage her to do stuff in her free time. Like there's a whole creative section of Twitch. She could be like an art streamer and you could make money doing that easily.
Yeah, okay.
So, and another way to kind of subtly push her in a direction if you truly want to push her is you can do the footwork and look up jobs on job sites and just give it to her and say, "Hey, just apply, see what happens."
Yeah.
Yeah, I find, I do videos and filmmaking and music videos, all kinds of video work, and I usually try to involve whoever I'm dating in the projects in any capacity that I can, especially if I feel like they have a desire to be doing more creative stuff.
Right.
I think a lot of times people are bad at giving themselves a job, so if you give them one, they'll do it really well.
Exactly.
So I think instead of encouraging her, you can just be like, "Hey, I need you. I need your talents. I need your skill set.
Yeah.
You're close to me. You're my first choice. Do this for me."
Yeah.
And then maybe it'll take off.
Yeah, or if you have friends that have creative projects, you could say like, "Oh, my fiance could help out with this," and ask her what she feels about it.
Yeah, and I definitely have done that in the past. It was just always sort of like it just kind of like fizzled out. I think because there was like I find that when there's nothing at stake, motivation tends to like wither, I guess you could say. And I mean that's just with that's just like with hobbies, with like careers, art, like pretty much everything. So like I feel like if she was doing something that was paid, because like if something was at stake, it would motivate her more to like stick with it.
Well,
If that
maybe
makes any sense.
Meg's idea then of you search for some art jobs and then you submit them to her. Be like, check out what I saw.
Yeah, or have her open up some sort of like commission-based thing because then you're paid and you have to do it.
Yeah. I mean that's a good point. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, we appreciate the call, Ted Squire. Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks again for taking my call, guys.
Yeah, take it easy. Bye. All right, everybody. We are on the phone here with Amy. Amy actually called in to Heartslayers in one of our lost episodes. So Amy, you were back on the phone with Derrick and Meg. Why don't you give the people at home a little recap of your situation?
Heartslayers, it's me again. So yeah, basically, I just want to ask you guys about maybe like your general thoughts about friends with benefits kind of relationships, or like if you have any personal experiences or anything. This is my experience. Maybe you guys can give your thoughts on it. So yeah, I'm 22. I've never been in a relationship before, and I met this guy on a dating app. We meet up, and then we seem to click really well right off the bat, and we actually kiss on that first date, and it's my first kiss too. So then we quickly meet up again like 2 days later, and then we hook up. Point, like he's been really flirty, really nice. He even goes so far as to tell me that he ended things with this other girl that he was seeing, presumably to like be with me. I don't know. Like he never says that outright, so I guess only he knows. But yeah. Another week goes by, and then he basically like does a full 180. He declares that we actually don't have that much in common, and we have different life values, so like he doesn't want to date me, but if I'm still down to be friends with benefits, like he'll be cool with that. I was just like so confused, and I was asking your guys' thoughts on that, and you kind of speculated that maybe because physically that like he was sensing that we're going to move quickly emotionally, and then he's not ready for that. And also there's the added pressure of me never having been in a relationship before, so like there's pressure of like being someone's first boyfriend or whatever. So yeah, so we ended things. Yeah. And then I have an update as well.
Okay, so you met a guy on a dating app. You guys got very close, and then he started giving you the cold shoulder. We said maybe he's scared to be your first boyfriend, and he said he was down to be friends with benefits. And if I remember correctly, I said that you could potentially go with that and then kind of draw him into a relationship over time once he got more comfortable and found you just simply irresistible after being friends with benefits. So a week has passed since we talked, and how are things going for you now?
Yeah, so basically, right after that conversation, I confronted him just to be like, hey, like, why did you change? And you guys hit the nail right on the head. That's exactly what he was feeling. Like, he gave me a full Shakespeare monologue about how he actually does really like me and he thinks I'm fun to be around and stuff. But, and these are his words, he's like, I'm overwhelmed by the intense affection that you feel, or infatuation that you feel towards me. And I don't feel that way too. And yeah, and that's just like kind of ridiculous because that's not really how I feel.
Right.
Like, I'm just like an affectionate person in general. And I guess he just took that as, I don't know, me being super into him. Like, I thought I was basically reciprocating the energy he was giving me, but I don't know. I guess we're on different wavelengths there.
So,
and he was going all like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask. So, how did you guys decide to proceed?
So, he continues telling me like, so I understand like it's super hard. You've never been in a relationship before, but there's other guys out there and stuff. And like, I'm just like kind of done with it at this point. So I just left it at that. So that was last week. Literally a couple hours ago, he messages me. He's like, so Amy, since we talked last, like I've hooked up with a couple more people and I can't stop thinking about us and like what we did and that. So I don't know. I'm just so confused. Like, this guy is just a trash bag, isn't he? I don't know.
You know what she should do, Amy. You know what you should do. You should message him. Sorry, can't talk. On a date right now.
Yeah.
And you will see a guy ready to marry you by tomorrow. It will drive him so crazy.
Yeah. Why would he say like, oh, I've hooked up with a couple girls? What?
Maybe he's young and awkward and he thinks that it makes him seem cool and not desperate.
Yeah.
Guys are trained to think that if they come off as desperate, that girls aren't going to like them. And for good reason, because it's usually true.
Yeah.
But sometimes guys they don't know how to play it. The situation
wants to seem like super sought after.
Yeah, they want to seem not desperate when it's not the right situation.
Right.
When they're already clearly not desperate.
Yeah.
But just based on what you've informed us, I guarantee you, if you hinted that you were seeing other people, this guy would fight so hard to get you.
Totally. But if you're
That's so
over
funny.
it, then I mean, I'd just ignore it.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it more and see. I feel powerful though.
You should, because what I'm mostly worried about, and I said this last week, was I don't want you to get into a situation where you get attached, then he totally just drags you through the mud.
Right, yeah.
I'm actually really pushing towards just telling this guy that you're going on a date with somebody else and just see what happens.
This is Derrick's
okay.
experiment.
Yeah, it's my experiment because in my experience, the grass is always greener on the other side and people only want what they can't have. And if you make yourself too available, the guy's gonna be like, oh, I don't know. She's really into me. But like a lightning strike in an instant, it's like, what? She has some other guy she's dating? What? No, I really liked her. No, don't go with that other guy.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
if you are already on the fence and you're like, whatever, I don't even know if I want to be with this guy or not, just float that message out to him and he will be super into you. And then you can decide if you want to pursue it, because then you'll really have the power.
Yeah, that's true. But he kind of sounds like an asshole in my opinion.
I don't know.
Amy's 22. Is he like 22, 23, 24?
Yeah.
He's all three. He's around that age.
Yeah, he's around that age.
Okay. Nah, that's typical for somebody that age. They won't, high school was just a few years ago when things were all awkward emotionally. Now they want to feel like super desirable, like you said. I'm with Meg. I would either ignore him or tell him you're already going on a date with somebody else.
Yeah,
either way,
actually, I like that idea. Maybe we can try that experiment and we'll see.
I would love for you to let us know how it goes.
Please.
I can almost, just as we totally called it last week, I can almost guarantee he will freak out and become really into you really fast.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
And it could just be so you don't have to say too much. Obviously, it's a little white lie, but I would just say like, you know what? After we talked, I thought maybe you were right. So I'm seeing somebody else tonight, but I'll call you later this week.
Yeah.
Just say something like that.
Yeah.
You don't even have to say it's a date. You could just be seeing a guy friend, You
Exactly.
You could just make it sound like you're too busy for
Sorry,
him.
I was hanging out with a guy.
Oh.
Boy.
Yeah. Something like that, and you're gonna clinch the complete control of this relationship.
Oh yeah.
You're in a good spot.
Oh, okay, thank you. So I'm just curious though, so is that kind of like a technique that you try to do like when you're dating in general, like because
I would never do that to a girl. I don't think that works when it's a guy doing it to a girl, but if a girl does it to me, it works.
Yeah, because I think if a guy does it to a girl would be like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, totally. She'd be like,
so
you
mad.
asshole.
What a dick.
Which is basically what this guy did to Amy. But when a girl does it to a guy, especially a guy who's been like, I've been hooking up with a lot of girls, but they don't really compare to you. You know what I mean? And you're like, yeah, I'm actually going on a date with a guy. They'd be like, oh, what? I thought we had something. I thought, I just told you that you were special. What's going on?
Exactly.
Suddenly they get obsessed.
Yeah, I think the
the
whole
play of life
Oh, go ahead.
thing. Sorry,
Did you have something to say about that?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say that like playing hard to get's just part of dating.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Some people really enjoy the chase, and it sounds like that's what this guy wants. He wants a little bit of the chase. You guys didn't talk for like a whole week, and then he messaged you out of nowhere?
Yes, a whole week.
Yeah, so when he thinks that you're too available and too into him, he doesn't like it. But when he starts to get this feeling that you might be slipping away, he seems to get more interested. So use that to your advantage.
Yeah, good for you for not texting
I learned
him.
so much.
All right, well, please call us back and give us an update. We really want to know how this experiment works out.
Okay, for sure.
All right, thanks. Okay. Okay, everybody, we're on the phone here with Fops. Fops, you were talking to Meg and Derrick, the Heartslayers. What's up?
So basically, my situation is next year I'm going to be moving not super far away, but, just from LA, I'm going to UCSD. And right now, my situation isn't really so much relationship, but just I'm really comfortable with my current friend group, especially at work. This is like the chillest job I've had. It's just delivering pizzas. But next year, I'm going to be moving. And just talking to my friends here, I'm thinking, what's my friend situation going to be like over there? I don't really know anyone over there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be traveling back and forth a lot. And talking to my friend at work yesterday, I just realized, I'm not really super comfortable with the whole going into an office space situation. It's not as casual, or it's a lot more professional. Because right now it's super chatty at the place I work at. Everyone's super friendly, and I realized in a more corporate scenario, which I'm going to be moving on further in life, it's not going to be as comfortable for me. And I'm trying not to psych myself out so much, but it's kind of hard to keep myself feeling comfortable moving forward as far as being able to have as much free time to speak with friends or relationships and all that, especially with school, which is only going to get harder as I go on. So I was just looking for more advice on how to maintain, good friendships and relationships, especially as your work and school becomes increasingly more prevalent.
Good question. So the pizza place you work at, is it a chain corporation?
It's a small chain. It's not like a huge like Domino's or Pizza. It's more of like a local chain, but there's at least 10 stores that I can think of.
Okay. Do they have any stores by UCSD where you're going to be transferring to?
No, it's more localized, like Los Angeles area, Los Angeles County.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I used to work at a pizza place here in San Diego. There's plenty of them around here. There's big chains and there's independent ones too. So you could just get another job at a pizza place.
True.
The way you describe your job sounds just like the pizza place I worked at, which is a bunch of young people not giving a hoot about life.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just chilling, delivering pizza, eating pizza.
Yeah, that's about it.
But I also think you'd be surprised that corporate America may not be as serious as you think it is.
Right. It's not all like 40-year-olds in a suit and tie.
Well, they are there.
Well, they're there, but it's not completely the 100% demographic.
I think that there's also people goofing off, and that there's people who hang out on the weekend and want to have fun. And for them, their job is just a job. Mm-hmm. Some people are really career oriented and very serious, and other people just want to make money and then go home and live their life.
Right.
So, when you're young, I think a lot of people just want to have. I can only speak for myself, but. When I was like 18, 19, 20, I wanted the job with the least amount of responsibility possible.
Totally.
My whole mentality in life was like, just pay me to stand here.
Yeah.
I don't want any responsibility. Like, just give me money to be in this room and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And as time went on and I got older, I started craving more responsibility.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just natural in life. You start getting older and it's like, all right, I want to feel important. I want to
get stuff done, feel accomplished.
Yeah, I want to have a career where I could feel like there's actually potential for me to move up and go somewhere.
Exactly.
So it happens at different times for different people in their life. But, some people also just want the no responsibility job forever.
Yeah.
I know 40, 50-year-old guys that still deliver pizza or work in like a flower shop on the weekends.
That's
and they're
true.
like, I just, drink my beer, I deliver these flowers. That's my life. So it really depends on the person.
No,
yeah, we had. That's funny you say that because we had a guy like that. It was like the one older person still working at this pizza place, and the rest of us just thought, oh, we don't want to be that at all. Like none of us want to be that at all. But at the same time, it's kind of crushing knowing that I'm going to be further away from my friend groups that most of my friends I have now I've had since at least elementary or middle school. So it's like a really close-knit thing. And I just think like, man, I'm going to be missing out on that.
Are you
a lot
are you going from high school into college, or are you transferring colleges?
No, I'm transferring colleges.
Okay. Well, like you can have parties on the weekend. You can even
I
have
was
parties
gonna
on the weekday.
LA to San Diego isn't far.
Yeah, I used to drive up to Santa Barbara to go party with some of my high school friends, and that would be like a 4-hour drive sometimes. I would even go to San Francisco and go hang out with people there.
Yeah.
And that'd be like a 45-minute flight.
Yeah.
We would do it like once a year, but
Right.
No,
it's something that you could do at least like once a month.
But a 2-hour drive is really nothing. Like you party all night, they crash at your house, they leave at 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. They're home by 10 or noon the next day.
Yeah.
Pizza place doesn't even open until what, 11?
Yeah, that's about 10:30 to 11.
Okay, yeah, that's plenty of time. I think that they'd be willing to do it, and especially, it's kind of cool when you have a friend who's in a new city, because then it's like your little secondary base that you can go to. You have your home turf, but then you have this little satellite hangout spot. Totally. You can be the cool friend who's like down in San Diego. You're the San Diego contact. You kind of are their diving board into this whole new environment of San Diego's really fun, especially if you're in college. It's kind of like a party town.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I could have went to UCLA, and I still have that option, but it's just not my vibe at all. Like the school and the campus area, it's really not my thing. Like we already have a friend who's pretty much our friend in San Diego, so I guess I would be able to meet up with him as well if I went there.
Oh,
and
totally.
That's cool. Yeah.
You guys are going to bond, and you're going to build a circle around the two of you. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's easy to build friends off of a pre-existing friendship.
Oh, yeah. I think you've already got a friend down here. You're not that far away from all your other friends. They're going to love to come hang out and party with you guys. There's plenty of pizza places down here that are hiring.
Yeah.
I think you got nothing to worry about, frankly.
Yeah, it's more just the far off stress that's getting to me. It's like 4 or 5 years down when I'm, finishing school, when work is going to be absorbing definitely a lot more of my time than just part-time pizza delivery,
Yeah, that happens. But you know what? It's kids that are the real killer.
Yeah.
Don't worry about career. That's not what's going to get you in the end.
I was going to say, you're only working a 9 to 5 realistically in an office. There's plenty of other time aside from that.
Yeah, and pretty much this is what I'll say. Enjoy your 20s, because as you start leaving your 20s, then you are going to want to start getting serious about your career, and you're going to, and even if you're not fully occupied with your schedule, all of your friends who are starting to go into their 30s, they will be. Yep. So, you've got the rest of this decade of your life to really party yourself out.
Totally.
For some people, it's plenty of time. For other people, it's not enough time. But it's all about how you use your time and how you get satisfaction out of the things you do. So
right. Because like Derrick said, you definitely won't be the only one out of your friend group that's growing and moving and progressing in their career.
Yeah. I think if you do all the things, the fun things that you want to do, you'll have your checklist completed, and then you'll be ready to start dedicating time to your career. But you don't want to be that person who is like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll put it off. There'll be more time later. Because then one day you'll wake up and be like, fuck. I'm out of time.
I'm 50.
Yeah, man. I noticed that too. And there's some hobbies that I have, like, music, and I also work on my motorcycle on the side. And then there's stuff that I think to myself, oh, I can put this off till next week and next week. And I've seen myself been doing that more and more. And recently I've realized I can only put stuff off so much because I'm only going to have less time for that kind of, unproductive side hobbies in the future. And that's kind of what's worrying me as well. I'm going to have less time for the stuff that I can actually get better at, like music or, mechanical engineering skills, homemade DIY skills. And I'm going to have less time for that kind of stuff. And I'm also going to be balancing the friend relationship aspect in the future as well. So,
yeah. What I would say is, if it makes you happy to goof off, don't worry about it. Just do it. But every once in a while, just make sure you are doing something that makes you nervous. Do something that scares you, because a lot of times you have to push yourself to go over these humps. And if you don't push yourself, it's easy to never accomplish those things. And then later on in life, you'll realize like that was my window to do that thing, but I was too scared to do it. And I missed my window. And that's when you really have a lot of regret.
Yeah.
So just push every once in a while, just push yourself. Be like, I don't really want to do this. I'm not feeling it, but you know what? You only live once. YOLO.
Yeah. And what's your approach when you see something that you've wanted to do, even something simple like a book you've wanted to read, and you can physically start seeing it collect dust? Like what do you do in that situation?
Just do it.
I think that sometimes people waste too much time thinking about how much effort and time it would take to do something.
Yeah.
And they overestimate it.
Yeah.
Like you look at a book and it's like, well, that's a huge book. It would take me weeks to read that. And it's like, well, you don't need to sit down for 2 weeks and read it straight.
Yeah.
You've been thinking about reading it for 10 minutes. You could have been reading it for 10 minutes and then maybe you'd be satisfied. You read it for 10 minutes and you realize, oh, I don't want to finish this. Cool. Boop, off the list. So like Meg said, don't overthink it.
Just do it.
Just live in the moment and do it for now until it no longer serves its purpose. It's not about completing everything. It's about experiencing it until you've had your fill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to hear, because it's the kind of stuff I hear in my head, but hearing it from someone else, it kind of makes you realize that it's more important than it actually is. When you hear it in your own head that you should get started on something, it's not as motivating,
Yeah, I'll even relate it to video games. Sometimes I want to play a video game. It's
my
like,
God.
I don't have 2 hours to play a video game. I can't even have fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could have played it for 10 minutes and been like, all right, that's enough for today.
I'm so guilty of always being like, oh, I'm going to sit down and play this video game. And then I sit down and watch YouTube instead.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could have been playing the game I wanted to play, but I watched some cooking YouTube or something.
Whatever the thing is that you find yourself addicted to that's distracting and is for procrastination, I mentally tell myself this is for losers. Even though I love it. I'm always on Facebook, which I know not everybody is.
No.
But sometimes I just have to think to myself, Facebook is for losers. And then I turn it off and I do the thing that I need to be doing.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's really empowering. For me,
that's
at
good.
least.
That's some good advice, man. I'll make sure to think of myself as a loser next time I
No. The things you find yourself doing too much that enable you to procrastinate, just think to yourself, this is for losers.
I'm better than this.
Yeah, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
I'm a
I
winner.
could definitely see that.
Don't put off your greatness. Yeah. Get to it.
All right, guys. I appreciate the help, man. It actually, kind of fixed up my stress a lot. Hearing it from someone else. So I appreciate it.
That's great. Thanks for the call, and good luck. All right, everybody. We're going to take an email now. If you can't call us up on bit.ly/Heartslayers on Discord, you can email us at heartslayers@mega64.com. This email comes from a viewer who goes by the letter B, and it says, Hey, Heartslayers, longtime listener, first-time emailer. I've been in a relationship for about 2.5 years now with basically the girl of my dreams, and I've never been happier with her. We also moved in together about 6 months ago. About 6 months into the relationship.
Oh.
Here's my problem. I've been friends with this other girl for the past 10 years or so, and I've had feelings for her ever since. I've told her how I felt back then, but she never reciprocated those feelings. But we've remained friends nonetheless. However, going into my current relationship, I still had feelings for her and even had some pictures of her on my phone, which my current girlfriend saw and freaked out about. I've assured her I want to be with her and not with the other girl, and she's accepted that for the most part. But I can't help but feel guilty whenever my friend texts or Snapchats me because I don't want my girlfriend to think I care about the other girl more than her. I also still have feelings for the other girl, and I'm pretty sure she knows. But I'm not sure how she feels about me. I want to ask her, but I'm afraid of her rejecting me even though I'm in a loving relationship, but I'm nervous nonetheless. She's been in multiple relationships since in the time I've known her, but she's never been happy in any of them. So, the questions I have for you are, 1, should I ask the other friend how she feels about me? And 2, what can I do to get her out of my mind so often? Thanks for your time. P.S. The other girl lives about 6 hours away from me, and I've only seen her once in person since she moved away 9 years ago. Thought I should add that.
It's an important detail.
So he has a girlfriend. He's been dating for 2 years. They've been living together for a year and a half.
Yeah.
But his friend of 10 years, who he's only seen one time in the last decade, Snapchats him, texts him, still in contact with him.
Standard.
And he feels guilty because he's secretly in love with her.
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but that's how I'm going to read it.
I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah. So should he ask his friend who lives far away what she thinks about him?
Hell no. He already did once and she rejected him.
Well, it sounds like she, at the very least, is into having him be into her.
I guess.
I think she likes the attention that he,
I mean,
even
they're
if it's just the friendship
friends.
attention, maybe it's not
Yeah.
romantic. I think she likes the dynamic that they have.
Okay.
But no, you shouldn't ask her because you're probably hoping that she says no and she just reminds you that she doesn't have feelings for you. That's going to bum you out because clearly you're in love with her. Or, she's going to say like, yeah, I actually do have feelings for you. And then you're going to be like, oh no, do I break up with my girlfriend? Do I move out? It's going to ruin the relationship you have. By the way, you started this email by saying you're dating your dream girl and you've never been happier.
That's all that I can think about. It's like, it's the girl of my dreams, but I'm also in love with this person that I haven't seen in 9 years.
Yeah.
So what's the truth?
What can I do to get her out of my mind so often?
I mean, it's not like you see her.
Yeah, you're already not in contact with her except for Snapchat and text message. So
It kind of sounds like you were in love with the idea of her, in my opinion.
yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Because you're texting and Snapchatting. That's not very much interaction. I at least not in a personal level, I guess.
You know what I would also say too? This girl lives 6 hours away. You've only seen each other once in 10 years. You're overthinking the situation. I think you are in love with this girl, definitely. But so what? Like, you can still be her friend. You can still not act on these feelings that you have and be a good boyfriend to your current girlfriend.
Yeah.
There's no rule against having a friend who's a female. Nobody needs to know that you're in love with her unless you email a public podcast and we broadcast it to the world.
Sorry.
Just kidding. But you know what? Just Snapchat, text, be friendly.
Yeah, just be friends. Be cool with being friends.
Yeah, just be cool with being friends. Exactly. And, don't make it weird between you and your girlfriend because even if this girl liked you, she lives 6 hours away. So that's not going to work out.
Yeah, it's kind of off the table no matter what.
Yeah.
But I almost wonder if your girlfriend knows that you have feelings for this person because even just seeing pictures on your phone was upsetting to her. Because, I mean, if I saw pictures of another girl on my boyfriend's phone, so what?
Oh, is that your friend? And be like, well, I mean, yeah, it's just a friend. And they'd be like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, I guess.
Tell me now.
It's all in your answer.
I think that at least you're honest enough with yourself to say that you have feelings for this girl.
Right.
But accept that you have feelings and also accept that it doesn't matter that you have feelings because the relationship is just not going to work out. And you have a good relationship here, which you really do like, and just work from that point moving forward.
Yeah, just care for your current relationship because that's all that matters right now.
Yeah, don't text her, don't Snapchat her, but if she messages you, you can respond with a funny response,
Yeah.
a friendly response.
Yeah.
And I think over time, you'll get bored and naturally just be like, okay, I liked you at one point, but I kind of don't anymore because that happens. Mm-hmm. Feelings fade. But when they don't fade is when you kind of are so wrapped up with them and you're harboring them and it's this little secret that you have. It's like nobody knows and I can't accept it myself. And, I think about this all the time and I think I might want to be with her, but I think I might be in love with her.
Yeah.
No, you just need to accept it and be like, whatever, we're just going to move past this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your email and good luck. All right, everybody, we are back on the phone here with an anonymous caller. Anonymous caller, you're talking to Meg and Derrick, the Heartslayers. What's up?
Hey guys, I'm in a long distance relationship and this coming Memorial Day weekend, I'm planning a trip up to see my girlfriend. I just wanted to ask if you guys had some I don't know, like a checklist or some recommended activities we can do during the weekend that might be good for us to do. You know, we don't get to see each other that often, so I'm trying to think of fun things to do as a couple.
And this isn't the first time you're like hanging out, right?
No.
Okay.
How long you
No,
guys been dating?
A couple years.
Oh,
you
okay.
know, 2-3 years. She's away for work for a while, and I think near the end of this year, she's planning to move back closer to me and the rest of her family.
Has
So
it
it's
always
just
been
a
long
comparison.
distance, or were you guys close
No,
distance?
no, we went to school together, and it's just been long distance while she's been at this job for around
Oh.
2-3 years.
Okay.
Dang, it's a long time. 2-3 years. What part of the country are you going to be traveling to, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm sorry, could you say it again?
Yeah, when on Memorial Day weekend, what part of the country are you guys going to be in?
I'm traveling up to upstate New York to visit her near Saratoga Springs, I think.
Okay.
All right.
When is
I know.
Memorial Day weekend? Is that in May?
I have no idea.
When's Memorial Day weekend?
I'm sorry, you're kind of cutting out. Can you repeat that again?
Oh, no, I am. Maybe
Our
that's on his
internet is
line.
bad.
When is
Yeah, it might be
Memorial
on.
Day weekend?
It is the last weekend of May, I think.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
So yeah. So 24th through the 26th.
Well,
it's like a month
outdoor activities are always good. I don't know if you guys are into outdoor activities. It's going to be a 3-day weekend. You're only going to see each other for 3 days.
Well, I'll travel up there Thursday night, and I think I'll see her Friday morning. I'll go up to work with her. We'll spend the day together, but she'll be working. I'll just hang out and kind of see her workplace.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll have Monday and Sunday the whole day, and then I think Monday around noon I'm flying back.
Okay, nice. I think you meant to say Saturday, Sunday. They'll have all day together, and
Yeah.
then Monday he'll leave.
Have you ever been to New York before?
I visited her once before, but it was during January, I think, so it's really cold. So I
Right.
didn't get to see the area too much.
Well, maybe now is the opportunity to do a little bit of touristy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. If you're only there for a weekend, I would say do some touristy stuff. Take a lot of pictures. I would even get a disposable camera.
Ooh,
Get some
yeah.
get some real pictures developed, and then you can frame them,
Yeah.
which would be
Okay.
nice. And then you can mail her a framed photo of the two of you.
That's cute.
I don't know if there's any museums or amusement parks or even just big nature reserves, but definitely getting outdoors and finding some secluded areas will be fun for during the day, and then hitting the restaurants and the shopping and the nightlife in the evening.
Yeah,
I always tell people find a body of water because water is romantic.
that's true.
And I don't know if people know that, but
I
it's
don't know
true.
how far Coney Island is from where she is, but that could be fun for Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of a camera a lot too, because I've been thinking it'd be nice to have pictures to show people. To hang around
Yeah.
my cubicle at work. People are saying liven it up a little.
I know they need proof that you're actually dating somebody. I know how those long distance relationships go.
Yeah, it's true.
Let me see the proof. You're faking it. What else? Make breakfast for each other on one day and then go out for breakfast on another day.
Oh yeah, or do brunch or something.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds good.
I mean, you have to go shopping because shopping is fun.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah,
buy
we were
some
thinking of getting
souvenirs.
some groceries and then maybe I don't know what kind of meals we can prepare though. I don't know, something easy, something simple that I won't get so much stuff that she has to like cook it all when I'm gone,
Yeah,
suggestions?
Yeah, just get some like pasta. Pasta's easy.
that's true.
Tomato sauce and noodles.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
No, and it lasts a long time if you don't cook it all.
That's right.
Okay, I like that. All right.
All right. Well, that's why we're here. Anonymous caller. We are the experts. So we appreciate your call and good luck.
Okay, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
All right, everybody, that's our show for today. We want to give a big thank you to everybody who called and emailed us. If you want to get a hold of us, we are taking new calls every single Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time at bit.ly/Heartslayers. You can hit us up on the Heartslayers Discord. You can also email us a short email at heartslayers@mega64.com. And a big shout out to everybody who supports us on Patreon. Mega64... Whoops. Patreon.com/Mega64. For just $1, you get early access to all of the Heartslayers episodes, giving you the competitive edge in the world of relationships. You can follow us on social media. I am on Instagram at Derrick Acosta only. I'm on Twitter at Gustafo.
And I'm at Furnace Woods on both.
And also, you can find Heartslayers where all your podcasts are found. Are we on the podcasting services?
Yeah, we're on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn.
Nice. You can take us with you in your pocket wherever you go. Big shout out to everybody who watches us on YouTube as well, the OGs. And of course, as always, if you have your own take on any of the situations you heard about today, feel free to give your own advice in the YouTube comment section below. We always love to read what the little Heartslayers have to say.
Love it.
We'll be back in just 1 week to hear more of your situations and sort out more of your drama. So until next time, I'm Derrick Acosta.
I'm Meg Turner. We'll see you later.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
We'll see you later.
Bye.